By the time Cord reached the bottom of the hill, the buggy had stopped in front of the cabin. He saw sunlight flash again, this time on fair hair, not the blade of a butcher knife. His heart gave a little jump in his chest as he recognized Caroline Stockton on the buggy seat. Cord had been sweet on Caroline for almost as far back as he could remember. Her pa had a much more successful farm than the Bennett place in the next valley over, and Hiram Stockton also owned several businesses in the nearby settlement of Wilbur. He was rich, at least according to Boston Mountain standards, and he wasn't fond of the idea of his daughter getting mixed up with a hard-scrabble farmer like Cord. Luckily for Cord, Caroline didn't seem to feel the same way. She'd been friendly ever since they were kids, and as they got older, that friendship showed signs of maturing into something deeper. Cord sure hoped so, anyway. As he walked up, his father was standing beside the buggy horse, holding the animal's head stall, while Caroline sat on the seat. She turned to Cord with an excited smile and said, "There you are. I was hoping you'd be here." "Where else would I be?" Cord asked, then immediately felt like an idiot for saying that. "Why, off tramping around in the woods, of course. You like to do that better than anything else, don't you?" She gestured toward the sack slung from his shoulder. "And I see that's exactly what you've been doing." Cord glanced down at his side. Blood from the squirrels had soaked through the cloth and was dripping slowly from the bottom of the sack. He was embarrassed that somebody as refined as Caroline had to witness such a crude spectacle. He muttered, "Let me do something with these," and started to turn away, but his pa stopped him. "What you got there, boy?" Vern asked. "Squirrel or possum?" "Squirrel, 4 of 'em." "Well, give 'em here. I'll tend to 'em whilst you talk to Miss Caroline. I expect it's you she come to see more'n me." She said, "I always enjoy visiting with you, Mr. Bennett. You know that." "Maybe so, but I'm a better hand at cleaning critters than Cord is, so I'll handle that chore." Vern took the sack that Cord handed him and added, "Boy's a better shot than me, though. I'll sure give him that." Still feeling a little awkward and embarrassed, Cord watched his father walk around toward the back of the cabin and then said, "Pa's the one who taught me how to shoot, so if I'm any good at it, he deserves the credit." "Along with your natural talent," Caroline said. She waved a slim hand. "But I didn't come here to talk about shooting squirrels. I came to see if you'd heard the news." Cord didn't care about any news Caroline might have brought. He would have been content just to stand there and look at her, with her curly blonde hair under a blue sunbonnet. She wore a matching blue dress that was store-bought, not homemade, and tight enough to reveal the appealing curves of her figure. Her blue eyes twinkled, and her red lips curved. Cord had never seen a prettier girl. Things might have gotten even more awkward if he hadn't realized that she was waiting for a response from him. He tried to look like he was interested as he said, "What news? We don't hear much of anything out here unless somebody comes by, and you're the first one in days." "Joe Dalrymple, you know, the man who has the freight wagon. He delivered a load of goods to my father's store this morning. He'd been up in Springfield and heard all about it there." "Heard all about what?" Cord asked, shaking his head a little in confusion. "Why, the gold, of course." Caroline's voice held a note of awe and excitement as she went on. "They found gold in California. Tons and tons of gold."